I'm telling you, the amount of AI art that is seeping its way into the mainstream is depressing. What's up, people? Generative AI is really starting to piss me off. It was fun for a little bit, like it was a neat little parlor trick, but now we're starting to see the real world effects of it and how AI could potentially replace jobs. Recently I saw a job posting on LinkedIn that rubbed me the wrong way. Like it was a real, oh, it's happening kind of moment. It's from Mr. Beast, and he was looking to hire an AI concept artist. And from what I gather, this is someone who's going to help create the thumbnails for his videos. And the job posting itself didn't irk me at first, because who really wants to design that garbage? But then I started reading the description and the requirements, and that's what started to annoy me. No previous experience necessary, no knowledge of Adobe Photoshop or anything like that required, and no education needed. Meaning, they would literally hire anybody off the street who just knows how to type a prompt into Midjourney. And that's basically what every artist has feared ever since we realized that AI could create artwork. You know, it's the job-killing aspect of it all. As you can imagine, the internet was outraged by this, so Mr. Beast took it down. Well, you know, not Mr. Beast himself, but the company Mr. Beast. But that does not make the problem go away. The cat is out of the bag, and if companies can figure out how to utilize AI like this to save a little bit of money, they absolutely will. It's already started. Just take a look at copywriters and call center workers with tools like ChatGPT. It's just business to them. If their jobs are replaceable, then who's next? Artists, graphic designers like myself? I have a suspicion that Mr. Beast and other companies are hiring these types of roles sort of as an experiment to see if it's viable to replace actual artists and graphic designers. And really, it just comes down to business and trying to pay artists less money. You know, it devalues the whole position. I saw some people online try to defend this job posting, saying that, oh, AI is actually creating jobs. Mr. Beast isn't firing his designers, he's just creating new jobs for this new type of AI artist, right? And the thing is, concept artist is not like a new job position. It's been around for a long time. So why does it need to be AI now? I would almost understand if it were artists seeking out this technology more as like an extra tool at their disposal. You know, using it to get an idea of like composition or layout maybe, and then, you know, they go off and create the real thing on their own. But no, this is the business seeking this out instead of the artists, and they're trying to create a whole job out of it. It's not necessary. I'm telling you, the amount of AI art that is seeping its way into the mainstream is depressing. There was that guy that entered an art competition and submitted an AI art piece. That's crazy, right? What's crazier is that he won. Like, I can't even believe that that was a thing that was allowed to happen. Then there's the tons of marketing and advertising material that we've been seeing lately that incorporates AI art. I saw this billboard for Halloween Horror Nights here in Orlando, and they're using AI art on some of the signage, and it all looks kind of weird. If you stare at it long enough, you're gonna find something wrong with it. Like, why does the skull have an ear on it? Then there's the Tears for Fears album art that just came out that's using AI art. Anthony Fantano just made a video about this, but this thing is just, there's something wrong with it. Like this center console thing on the astronaut, that looks weird. What is that? And then like these flowers are like circling the nipples for some reason. Why do people like this stuff? Let's ask a bigger question though. Should AI art be considered art? Well, this is strictly my opinion, but I'm gonna say no. AI has never and will never create real art. It requires a human with human experience. So if AI art is not real art, then how does it look like art? How is it passable as art? AI needs to be trained with data, and data in this case is images scraped from the internet. It can't create something from nothing, only from what came before it, from something that somebody else created first. And I don't know, that sounds a lot like theft to me. So then the question becomes, is AI art legal? Well, that remains to be seen. Last year, a group of artists filed a class action lawsuit against some of these AI art generators. They're claiming that these large language models rely on pre-existing artwork. They're training them with the artwork that they took from these artists without their consent. You know, these companies like Midjourney and Stable Diffusion, they tried to get all of these thrown out of court. They tried to get this whole thing dismissed. But the judge allowed the case to proceed, which is actually a major win for the artists. The case is still ongoing, so nobody knows really what's gonna happen. It's a big TBD, but there is progress made there. And it's also worth noting that the US Copyright Office has come out and said that AI art is not eligible for copyright, saying that only works created by a human author is eligible. So I don't know, it's a big question mark at the moment about whether or not AI art is legal, who actually owns the art, and ultimately who can make money off of it. So you might want to hold off a little bit on selling that AI art on Etsy. It might not be legal, but more importantly, it looks awful. Now I have been complaining, and all of this stuff really is kind of depressing to me as an artist, as a graphic designer, but I promise I'm not all doom and gloom on this subject. If you go back a few videos of mine, you'll see that I was experimenting with AI art and seeing if it could create a t-shirt design. I swear, like, I think that AI art could be used if it were used by an artist. With any new technology, you got to think about how things can be used to make your job easier. You know, like in animation, when 3D animation came along, it didn't necessarily take artists out of the equation, it just, you know, shifted a little bit. Yeah, all those 2D artists had to learn a new tool, but that's exactly what it was. It was a tool for them to learn and use. It wasn't a complete replacement. Technology like this should be a tool. But when AI is being used as like this one-stop shop for art and creativity, that's where I draw the line. Because one, you're talking about a ton of artists losing their jobs, and two, you're talking about living in a world of just soulless art. It's just soulless, non-art everywhere. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. Tell me all about your opinions in the comments below. I would love to hear what you think about AI art, if you use it, if you notice it out in the world. Is it as bad as I'm saying, or is it really not that big of a deal? Let me know. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me grow. I'm still trying to get my engagement up after being absent from this channel for so long. So any likes, comments, and all that really, really helps. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.